favorite part of the day when I get to see you. How you doing? Oh man, you look so good today. You look so good. There's like a light around you, an aura. It's beautiful. You look great. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it, but every time you make me smile, you make me so happy. I am excited to make these videos. I did not have the greatest day starting off. Work was stressful. There's certain things, certain jobs that I'm working on, and they are driving me nuts. And I always think, man, am I gonna be able to make videos later and actually be legit? Or am I gonna be a Debbie Downer and just rant and be all sad and not be able to support anybody and just kind of be annoying? Well, most of the time I can be pretty annoying regardless, but I'm not making shit up when I say this is part of like my day that I really love, because these videos are very therapeutic and they help me so much. And just knowing that, you know, anybody watches them and gets anything out of them, it makes me happy. But like I said, it helps a lot. It's therapeutic, and I get excited to make them. I'm not even gonna lie. And so I really am glad to see you, and I hope that maybe, you know, you get a little excited to see me, right? Change, what up? I was filming over by my window, trying to get a little sunlight on this beautiful face for you guys. I moved because my neighbors and a bunch of kids, they're all out there trying to enjoy the sun, and that's great. But I don't want to look like that weird neighbor that's filming them with my phone. They don't know what I'm doing up here. So I don't want that weird tension, and there's that explanation you didn't need. Let's get down to business. I wanted to talk about auditioning for things. This is such a big deal. If you are thinking about it or you have done it and you gave up, I'm telling you, if it's your passion to try out for anything, if you want to be an actor, if you want to get on a reality show, whatever it is that you're trying to work towards, you just got to keep doing it. I think the biggest part, even like I want to do stand-up comedy and I want to do music and all of these things, the entertainment business is so hard. People think that it's easy to be an actor. They think it's easy a lot of the times to do all these entertaining things. It's not. And psychologically, it takes a toll on you. So if you haven't worked on anything and you have a lot of anxiety and you have a lot of problems to work through, I am telling you, I went down to Los Angeles, just like in the movies where somebody's innocent, but they have a dream, and they go to Los Angeles. They drop everything, and they just go for that dream. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but you definitely shouldn't do it the way I did it. I was not prepared mentally. I was definitely not prepared financially, which will put more stress on the mental stuff. But I went down there with a dream, and LA ate me up and spit me out, but that was my fault, because I was not prepared, especially mentally, to handle it. So I came back home with my tail between my legs, and I'm glad, because now I'm finally working on things many years later, and I am so much happier than I've ever been. And if I had the financial stability to go down to Los Angeles, I definitely know that I could handle it mentally. But I'm trying to be smarter this time, and that's my end of things. But auditions, they're so hard. They're so hard. You get a lot of anxiety and you don't want to get rejected. And so I wanted to let you guys know that the only way for that to get easier and to get better is to just keep trying. Just keep going at it. You might see some people get successful and you're like, oh man, I wish I could be like them. But you don't know all the work that they might have probably put in, all the rejection they had to go through, all the hard work. It's so much work. But if it's your dream, if it's your goal, you should go after it. And that's what I'm doing. People don't know this, but I audition for stuff all the time. Obviously, I'm not getting a lot of them, but I'm starting to realize and starting to cope with rejection a lot better. I'm starting to treat this dream a little bit like a job. It's like, you know, I'm not always going to do the greatest. I'm not always going to get picked for things, but I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to quit. I'm just going to keep going, and I'm going to try to have fun in the moment of whatever I'm doing. So for instance, The Biggest Loser. The Biggest Loser and I have a long relationship. So I've tried out many times. I've gotten very close. I've filled out all kinds of applications. I've talked to producers for a really long time, and then all of a sudden, just nothing. I wanted to give you guys hints and tips, especially if you're somebody who's overweight and you're trying for these weight loss shows. I want to tell you, I know it's really hard. It's so hard, but don't put your whole life into it, you know? There's a lot of people trying out for this thing, and networks, they're looking for certain stories, certain situations, and there's so many people trying out. So if you don't get picked, it doesn't mean that you're not amazing. It doesn't mean that your story doesn't matter. It is just how it works. You know, there's only a certain amount of spots, and there's so many people trying out. And these producers that are looking for people, that's their job. So try not to hold it personally against them, because I have a lot of friends who are producers, and I've worked in that field for a little while, got a little glimpse of how it goes, and it's tough. It's tough to have to look through all those people that are just hoping that a show will change their lives. And that's another thing. So many times when I tried out, I wasn't working on my life, but I told myself that if I got on this show, it will save me. So whether you're trying to lose weight or whatever kind of show you're trying to get on that you think is going to give you the money, it's going to give you the resources to finally change your life, that's not how it works. Where it is that is the most important is up here and right there. Your heart to keep going, to fight through all the rejection, to just keep trying, and then working on your mental health. Like I've said before, it doesn't matter. You can have all the money in the world, you can have all the opportunities, whatever it is, but if you're not working on yourself, it doesn't matter. And more specifically, when it comes to the weight loss shows, a lot of these people go on there, and yeah, they lose a lot of weight, they might win some prizes, all of that's great, but then a lot of them gain the weight back later because they didn't work on the mental and the life-changing parts of things. They just did the show, and maybe it was a fun experience, whatever they got out of it, but in the end, just like with me, I didn't work on the mental stuff. So even though I lost a lot of weight a few years back, I wasn't happy mentally, and then look where I'm at again. So auditions, you got to be ready for rejection, but you got to fight through that, and you just got to keep going if it's something that you want to do. But it's tough because I went through a cycle of trying out over and over again, and then as soon as I don't get picked and I fail or whatever, it's just like a couple years of just beating myself up and then trying again. So my suggestion is that you don't do that. You don't have a huge delay. If it's your dream, it's your passion to do it, definitely stick with it and just keep going at it. And try to find a way to have fun while you're doing that as well. Because if you're just always tortured and full of anxiety and just worry and stress like I was when I first started doing it, what's the point, you know? So stick with it. Get ready for rejection. And like I said, it's hard to not blame yourself because I've done that a lot. But the more you do it, the better you'll get at it, the better you'll be at analyzing and kind of coping with not getting picked for things. You have to understand that, you know, you're not always going to be picked for the things that you're trying out for. And you just got to keep doing it. So if it's your dream to be an actor, to get on a reality show, whatever you're trying to do, it doesn't even have to pertain to acting or entertainment. Whatever it is, if there's something that you're trying to get into and rejection is always going to be hard, you just got to keep doing it. And it will get easier to deal with, and you will start seeing some results, and eventually you will get what you're trying to get. So keep up with it. It's hard, but you got it.